wellness revolution starts now.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Welcome to today's program. I'm excited to remind you again, for the new year, we're offering our Yeast-Free with Me eating program. And that's to help you clean out the intestines in your gut and get good microbiome, good bacteria in your gut so your intestines are healthy. All good health really starts with good intestines. When you have problems in the gut, it causes a host of problems throughout the entire body. Gut becomes inflamed, and certain chemicals and certain foods in higher concentrations get through the intestinal lining, get in your bloodstream. It can cause autoimmune disease and a host of other problems. So the Yeast-Free with Me is a way that we clean out your intestines and help you be healthy and well so you can enjoy a better quality of life. Now, the Yeast-Free with Me program enables you to clean yeast out of your system. You go like, what do you mean clean yeast out of my system? Well, yeast is a type of fungus. It's Candida albicans. And everybody has a little bit of yeast in their system, and that would be in the colon. And we also have a host of bacteria in our colon. And that bacteria produces a lot of nutrients and vitamins and minerals and really neurotransmitters that help us feel well and think well. Part of your thinking is in your gut. You've heard the old expression, I got a gut feeling about this. Well, that's because you're thinking with your gut. Those bacteria are producing certain neurotransmitters that we think of as coming strictly from the brain, but they don't. They come right from the gut, like serotonin. And so if you have a healthy gut, you're going to be making good neurotransmitters and you're going to feel well and think well. What happens to cause yeast overgrowth? And yeast overgrowth, the symptoms of it are simple: bloating, belching, gas, indigestion, diarrhea, brain fog, mood swings, anxiety, depression. You can have hives, a host of health, joint and muscle aches and pains, just feeling sick and tired and worn out, worn down. And it's starting here in the gut. So that happens when individuals take antibiotics. And Americans use a ton of antibiotics. Half the antibiotics that are prescribed are totally unneeded. Many doctors just give them out for any kind of, head cold or cough or congestion. Next thing you know, you're on an antibiotic. Even if you have a cut, somebody just puts you on an antibiotic. Those antibiotics are meant to kill bad bacteria, which they'll do that. But unfortunately, they also kill the healthy bacteria in the gut, known as our autochthonous or commensal bacteria. And when they kill off that bacteria, they don't kill off the yeast, and yeast overgrows. And yeast produces toxins. Those are chemical substances that are poisonous, and they're absorbed into our bloodstream, and they circulate in our body, and they depress the immune system. They exacerbate allergies. They make you more susceptible to infections, for which you get more antibiotics, you kill off more bacteria, you get more yeast. Women will get female yeast infections. This is very common. Some people get thrush in their mouth. That's when you get the yeast in your mouth. You get athlete's foot, or you get jock itch. That's very common. These are all caused by fungus yeast, Candida albicans. So it can be easily treated, but yeast grows on sugar, so we have to go on a yeast-free eating program. We eliminate all simple carbohydrates that convert to sugar. That would be all wheat products, corn products, potato, and rice. All those are simple carbohydrates, and simple carbohydrates are sugar. They're converted to sugar, and yeast grows on sugar. Now, for any of you that have made homemade bread, you get the flour, you mix it with water, and you knead it, but you have to get it to rise. And to do that, you get your yeast out, Fleischmann yeast. You drop it in a little cup of water. To activate it, you sprinkle a little sugar in it, and it foams. And then you mix that with the bread, put it in the oven, and it rises. It causes it to rise because of the gas that is given off by the yeast. as it ferments. And that gives your bread, that's why it's not flat bread, it's raised bread. Well, this is what happens in the gut when you eat products that are converted to sugar, or drinking a lot of Cokes, or you're putting sugar in your drinks, or eating a lot of desserts that are filled with sugar. And really, most packaged food has tons of sugar in it. What that does is it causes the yeast to overgrow in you. That's where you get the bloating and the belching and the gas and the indigestion, the gastroesophageal reflux. And you go to your doctor and he gives you a host of medications. You know, maybe give you something for depression, maybe give you something for diarrhea, maybe give you something for bowel disorder, or maybe gives you the blue or the purple tablet Nexium for gastroesophageal reflux, or tells you to take Rolaids, who knows, a host of different things. And those simply are trying to treat the symptoms. They don't address the underlying problem of yeast overgrowth. So the Yeast Free with Me program is very simple. And we have a wonderful book on a particular eating program, and wonderful recipes in the book that keep you clean from simple carbohydrates and sugar products. And they're really delicious meals. There's really vegetables and meats and salads. And these are important. And we take those for 1 month. We go on this program. And then we offer nystatin, which kills yeast in the spore form in the colon. And then for individuals to kill off the yeast as it gets into the walls of the intestines, we can use fluconazole. And these are offered to our guests in order to enable them to clear out the yeast. And you women that have had yeast infections know that you can use, Monistat or some creams, and sometimes you have to take an oral anti-yeast medication, fluconazole, in order to clear up the infection. But if you're prone to recurrent and chronic gastrointestinal problems, and women you're prone to yeast problems, particularly whenever you take antibiotics, you've got a yeast problem, and I highly recommend that you get on a yeast-free eating program. Now, to get on the program, all you have to do is go on the website, yeastfreewithme.com. yeastfreewithme.com, and you can go to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, Hotze, HOTZEHWC.com, and you can do a simple system checker to see if you have any symptoms of yeast in your system. And I highly recommend you do that. Once you sign up with Yeast Free for Me, we offer consultants, vitamin consultants, nutritional consultants to help you get up and running on the program. And I highly recommend you do this because, this time of year, prior to the new year, during the Christmas season, there's a whole lot of really delicious food that's full of sugar. We're eating a lot of things that really exacerbate underlying yeast problems. And so you're going to want to clear yourself up of that and get on a good, healthy eating program in the new year so that you can enjoy health and wellness naturally and a better quality of life. My goal for you, each one of you, is that as you mature, you have energy and vitality and enthusiasm for life. We can help you here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Simply give us a call at the phone number below. And while you're at it, you can also ask for my book, Hormones, Health, and Happiness. When you call that number and say you'd like to read the book, we have a chapter in here about yeast and yeast overgrowth. That'll be helpful. We have chapters on natural hormones, thyroid hormones, vitamins and minerals, and on allergies. And this can be very helpful to you to see a natural way to approach any health issues you have. Well, God bless you. Wish you all the very best in the coming year, and I encourage you to get yourself on the Yeast Free with Me eating plan. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Dr. Hotze.
At Physicians Preference Pharmacy, we understand that the quality of your compounded medications directly affects the way you feel, which is why we believe that your pharmacy should specialize in compounding medications while also delivering extraordinary hospitality and guest service. We believe that both patients and prescribers should accept nothing less than consistency and quality from their compounding pharmacy. This is why we've implemented some of the strictest quality standards in compounding, exceeding standard requirements, achieving PCAB accreditation, which is the Pharmacy Compounding Accreditation Board, an organization that sets the highest standards in compounding pharmacy regarding the safety, cleanliness, and quality of your compounded prescriptions. Because of our commitment to complete health and wellness, we are dedicated to making your medications free of lactose, parabens, artificial sweeteners, and any unnecessary dyes, binders, or fillers present in many other medications, offering you the cleanest products possible.
Information provided on this program is neither intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice and is not intended to replace the services of a physician, nor does it constitute a doctor-patient relationship. You should not use information from this radio program to diagnose or treat a health problem or disease without consulting with a qualified healthcare provider. If you have or suspect you have an urgent medical problem, promptly contact a professional healthcare provider or call 911. Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution advises you to always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified health provider prior to starting any new treatment or with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Any application of the recommendations from this program is at the listener's discretion.